Hi folks, Joseph Kurski here, Map Man, to talk about one of my favorite aspects of mapping, and that is, wait for it, maps have always been about exploration. Now sometimes people think maps are only for the explorers that were around in the 15th, 16th century, you know, Vasco da Gama, Magellan, Columbus, etc. Cabot, Cook, etc. No, maps are still used to explore. Now sure, maps back in those days were used to explore lands that were new to Europeans or the Chinese, okay? So explorers would go out and make maps and fill in gaps on maps, fill in that terra incognita, the unknown territory. But nowadays, did you know that maps are still used to explore? It's just that nowadays, you might think everything's been mapped, but we want to map things in real time. We want to map things in more detail, like every single tree species on a college campus, or every time there was a certain outbreak of malaria. We want to map those individual locations, okay? So lots of data in our world is still waiting to be mapped. And as we map it, we are helping build a smarter world, but are also exploring. We're asking questions. We're being curious about the world. And so maps have always been about finding out relationships, patterns, trends that we didn't know before, and now we're discovering anew with maps. So maps have always been about exploration. Hey, we're still exploring new lands though. Think of the maps that were necessary to land that rover on Mars. We needed a lot of detailed maps of that area where the rover was to land and figure out where the rover was to land in the first place. So maps have always been about exploring. Find out and be curious about our planet. So keep this tool in mind, your brain. Mine is wrapped in a map right now. But the point is, be curious about the world and make maps and find out the answers to the questions that you have and ask good questions. Thanks.